USCS current point leader, an all-around good guy. Here he is, Danny Smith. Danny Smith, the Coors Light gang, number 4 car. Up off from turn number 2, gasses it up down the back straightaway. Smith off turn number 4. He's getting ready to race this weekend in Henry County, Florida, trying to wrap up the USCS Championship. He's from Chillicothe, Ohio. He looked at a map and said, Gaffney is between Chillicothe and Henry County Speedway, so why not? And Danny Smith is here, 14.481, third fastest of the drivers. Next onto the Speedway from Cherryville. And yes, it is spelled Cherryville, but if you're in North Carolina, you will be corrected. It's Cherryville. Lance Moss started his career on asphalt. Was the 1996 track champion. The late model stock, the NASCAR late model stock division at Concord Speedway. Discovered sprint cars, and he's been a sprint car guy ever since. Little smoke out of the engine on that thing. That's not what you're looking for. Lance Moss shuts her down. So tough break for Lance Moss in that Carolina Raptors number 23 car. One of the really good guys in the sport as well. Lance Moss, there's some racetracks around the country where he has more laps than most drivers he has been part of over the course of time. A couple of the racing driving experience, those ride-along programs. And at one time, he was given rides all the time. He had a lot of laps at the famed Knoxville Raceway. Lance Moss, great racer from Cherryville, but right now, a little problem under the hood of that number 23 car. An exciting time for this next driver from Myerstown, Pennsylvania. This is the debut of a new race team. Brent Marks, the Murray Marks Racing Team. Brent Marks, an 11-time winner this season. 2 World of Outlaw wins, 1 at Williams Grove, the Summer Nationals, 1 up at Eldora Speedway. He's a 6-time winner in the World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars, one of the finest in all the land, if you will. It is Brent Marks making his debut here with this Murray Marks Racing Team, and he's down to the stripe. Second fastest, and we'll see how he fares. Looks good off from turn number 4. Going to stay second fastest is Brent Marks. Brent Marks going to stay second fastest to Gio Scelzi, but an exciting time for Brent Marks, one of the great young talents in sprint car racing. And I just love the fact that they have chose to debut their brand new team right here tonight with the Prelude to the World Finals here at Cherokee Speedway. First time ever for the 410s and first time ever for the Murray Marks Racing Team. And this is going to be a guy that's going to be in headlines for years and years to come in sprint car racing with the operation he is building. An 11-time 410 winner this season. What a great year Brent Marks has put together. Up onto the Speedway next. He picked up the win here on September 11th in USCS 360 racing. Known as the Carolina Kid. The Alpha Racing Products, number 47 car. Here he comes. Eric Riggins. On the hammer, down into turns 1 and 2. Keeps her wound right up. Up off from turn number 2 onto the backstretch. Riggins up to third fastest. Let's see if he's got more. Got her wound up pretty good in turn 4. A little faster, but he's going to stay third fastest for Eric Riggins. Eric Riggins stays third fastest here of the 6 cars that have taken time thus far. Out next onto the Speedway, a 2-time winner this season in USCS racing action over at Carolina Speedway in Gastonia and down in Dixie Speedway in Woodstock, Georgia. The racer out of Denver, North Carolina, transplant out of upstate New York. Justin Barger in that number 5 car. He's on it into turn number 4. Here he comes down to complete lap number 1 of his qualifying run. Justin Barger, 4th fastest. We'll see if he's got some more. See if he's got a little more off from turn 4. Here he comes. Going to stay right where he was at. Justin Barger, 4th fastest of the 7 cars that have gone thus far. So Justin Barger slots in 4th fastest. Next onto the Speedway, I love this guy's story. He's from over in Indiana. And started the season off, had a good second place run up at Attica in their season opener, Attica Raceway Park. And then ran a lot of races with the All-Star Circuit of Champions, with the World of Outlaws. Didn't have a lot of success, kept slugging it out. About 3 weeks ago, jumped in the old race hauler, drove across Ohio to Lernerville, Pennsylvania, and blew the doors off from him in the Steel City, or the Lernerville Speedway Stampede race that they have up there. So Zach Hampton gets his time trial run. He'll fourth fastest for Zach Hampton. Steel City Stampede was that race he won. Driver that has historically been around sprint car racing for quite some time. Goes way back and has 4 wins in the World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars. He's on the gas and on his time trial run from Mooresville, Indiana. Driving the number 28 car. Brian Paulus. The Tear Off Apparel. Number 28 car. Paulus 6th fastest on the first lap, and he's going to stay 6th fastest. Brian Paulus going to stay 6th fastest here of the 9 cars that have competed. Making her debut in 410 sprint car racing, young lady out of Morganton, North Carolina, in the Indy Race Parts number 71 X car. One of the top sprint cars in America. She ran dirt bikes and into karting and micros and 305s and 360s. Here she is. She's on the gas right now. Gray Ledbetter. Gray Ledbetter in the 71X car. Here she comes down to the stripe. We'll see how she does. 7th fastest for Gray Ledbetter. 7th fastest of the 10 cars. She ain't scared of it into turn number 3. Off turn number 4. She's going to stay right there, I believe. No, she jumped up to 5th. She jumped up to 5th. How about that for Gray Ledbetter? Young lady in her first ever 410 run. Puts it up inside the top 5. Onto the racetrack now, the racer out of Kokomo, Indiana, in the Mike McGee and Associates number 11 car. Has 2 410 wins this season. The Houston Speedway and Atomic Speedway. Has a 360 win at Houston's. It's Parker Price Miller, the law firm. Parker Price Miller, 3rd fastest on his first lap. He looks like he's hungry for more. Off turn number 4. Checkered flag is out, PPM. Stays right there, 3rd fastest for Parker Price Miller. It's Selzy Marks, Parker Price Miller, Eric Riggins. Your top 4. On the Speedway now, local racer out of Mooresville, North Carolina. Has raced over the last number of years in the 360 ranks. Trying to get his program together a little bit better. It's Tim Perry in that Perry's number 36 car. Perry works his way off turn number 4. Down across the stripe. Tim Perry. Going to need to pick it up just a little bit as he's 10th fastest. 10th fastest for Tim Perry. Here he comes off turn number 4. 14.140. I think he's going to stay in that 10th spot, if I am not mistaken. One of the top sprint car drivers in America over the course of the last 10 or 15 years. Finds himself in a semi-retired state this year from Bixby, Oklahoma. Driving the Trackhouse Racing number 71 car. Shane Stewart in that number 71. Now the owner of Port City Raceway in Tulsa, Oklahoma, a micro track. First season, did a magnificent job out there at his racetrack. He jumps up to 4th fastest for Shane Stewart. Into turn number 3. Right up off from turn number 4. We'll see if he goes any faster. Shane Stewart in that number 71 car. Yes, he does. Second fastest. Wow, really quick time for Shane Stewart. Just 9/100ths of a second off from the speed of your pole winner, Gio Scelzi, and that is going to do it for the 410 sprint cars, 13 of them. It's like Gio Scelzi going to be the fastest, Shane Stewart, Brent Marks, Parker Price Miller, Eric Riggins, your top 5. When you look further down, Zach Hampton, Gray Ledbetter, Justin Barger, Brian Paulus, Tim Perry, your top 10. Brian Thomas, Danny Smith, and Lance Moss had those engine problems. There's your 13 cars, and time trials are set and wrapped up for the sprint cars. Next up onto the Speedway, big block, modified qualifying. I believe it's going to be 2 cars at a time, 2 or 3 laps, 3 laps, or green-white checker is what it is, green-white checker. So we're going to get the sprint cars pushed back into the pit area, and momentarily we'll be set for racing action. Again, concession stands are open. They've got some great food here at Cherokee Speedway. Make sure that you check out all the concession stands. I know the last time I was here, I went to Smokin' Mountain Barbecue and had one of the best barbecue sandwiches known to mankind. You can go down there and grab one of those. Further down the line, deep-fried Oreos. Are you kidding me? You get some deep-fried Oreos, bring them to the tower, share with the announcer. We'd all be happy with that decision. Funnel cakes down there and then down in turn number 1, Old Blue, the draft beer truck. Old Blue, the draft beer truck is down in turn number 1. We've got a lot of apparel. Dirt Life is here. They've got some really neat items. So Dirt Life apparel is here, and I see a number of the teams also have their apparel rigs or apparel units set up down through toward turn number 1. So make sure you support those racers. A little chilly night. Might be the night to go buy that sweatshirt if your favorite driver. And we have event shirts available right down here as well, right behind or right to turn 1 side of the control tower. We've got event T-shirts as well. So a fun night here at Cherokee Speedway. This is the prelude to the World Finals. One of the things we do on Pit Row TV, it's always so much fun, is we'll jump in on Facebook Live and all of our social media channels and do a live look-in. Of course, Pit Row TV, you can subscribe. Those of you at home or those of you here can have your folks subscribe by Pit Row TV. And we always chat on Facebook, so going to have a little bit of that conversation. But the Modifieds out onto the Speedway for their time trial qualifying lap. Kevin Root, the number 34, and Mike Mahaney, the number 35. Mahaney is the 2021 Short Track Super Series Southern Region champion and one of the top wheelmen in all of modified racing. Picked up the win a few weeks ago at the Speed Palace, Port Royal Speedway, in the Short Track Super Series event there. And Mahaney in that Adirondack number 35 car. Then there's the number 34 machine. That is Kevin Root. Root in the number 34 machine. Racer out of Geneva, New York. And the FX Caprera Honda car as a 4-time winner in the Super Dirt Car Series Sportsman ranks, and now running here in the Big Block Modified. So looks like Root is the fastest of the cars here. Those of you on social media, again, we've got a great group joining us here on social media. Joshua checking in. What drivers are there for the super late models? We'll hang in there with us, Joshua. We're going to have them on the track next doing their time trials, and we will keep you here on our Facebook Live look-in through the late model time trials. So do that. Check that out. We've got Chris checking in. We got Jacqueline checking in, as well as Jeff and Madison, and a host of hundreds and soon-to-be thousands checking in on our live look-in. Second batch of the Big Block Modified is going to come trackside out onto the racetrack now. We're going to have, looks like the JS number 98. He is the co-track champion at Fonda Speedway. And I appreciate the note from the fine folks up at Fonda Speedway. He is the co-track champion. That is the number JS 98. That is Rocky Warner from Gloversville, New York. There he is on the gas. Also on there is the youngster from Covington Township, Pennsylvania, Alex Jankowski. Alex Jankowski, the kid out of Pennsylvania, the big block modifieds, out here for their time trial run. Again, we have 13 sprint cars, 5 big block modifieds, 15 super late models. Those of you watching on our Facebook Live, you can go to pitroad.tv, pitroad.tv, and watch the rest of it when we get done with all of the time trials. Checkered flag is out. Warner going to be the fastest driver at this point. Root is second, Jankowski is third, and Mike Mahaney fourth. I'm not sure. I'm guessing here, might be a transmitter problem for Mahaney. I do not see a time recording for him. So, Mike Mahaney and the fifth and final driver are going to come onto the racetrack, the veteran from Unadilla, New York. One of the all-time greats. I mean, this guy has done it all in big block modified racing. 68 wins in the Super Dirt Series. The Franklin Flyer, Billy Decker. Billy Decker, a 35-year veteran. Here he is. And that Gypsum, number 91 car. Billy raced here, the Short Track Super Series raced here early on in the pandemic a couple of years ago, 2 years ago. Billy was part of that program. It was a great event here at Cherokee Speedway. It was good to have the big block modifieds here. As a native of northeastern Pennsylvania, the upstate New York area, this is what I personally grew up on, and nobody puts on better racing than the big block modifieds. And good to have a short field, but good to have the field of cars here we do. And of course, the World Finals will have them stacked and packed over at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Billy Decker going to be the fastest driver. Rocky Warner going to be second. Kevin Root, Alex Jankowski, and again, I'm not sure what's going on with Mike Mahaney. Not sure if that's the case. There's a problem. So. On our social media channels. Yeah, Mahaney got to get another shot at it. I believe there was a transponder problem for Mike Mahaney. So here he is on the gas. The Short Track Super Series Southern Champ. Fresh off from the win at the big one up at Port Royal. Mike Mahaney down across the stripe. $15.98. $15.98, that's quick time for Mike Mahaney. 15.98 is the fastest time, and Mike Mahaney gets the quick time here for the big block modifieds. Modifieds going to head back to the pit area. The super late models going to come out onto the speedway. We have got a great field of super late models here tonight. Those of you here at the racetrack, we've got the 50-50, the half and half going on. Going through the stands now, 50% to you, the winner, and 50% to the Shriners. Tonight, of course, is the Shriners Night here at Cherokee Speedway. And the Shriners Children's Hospital is one of the great charitable initiatives and endeavors. Shriners clubs all across America participate in this, and what great, great care they give to the kids that go to the Shriners Children's Hospital. So 50% of their half of the 50-50 goes there. We welcome the White Plains Shrine Club from Kings Mountain, North Carolina, joining us here tonight at the place your mama warned you about, Cherokee Speedway. Super late models coming onto the Speedway next for their time trial session. Super late models coming up next for their time trial session. Going to be fun to see what happens there with our super late model drivers. As they come out onto the racetrack. Again, while we have some downtime, those of you that have joined us at Cherokee Speedway, thank you so very much for joining us here at the Speedway. We appreciate you spending your Tuesday night with us out here to watch these great, great drivers in the 410 sprint cars, the super late models, and the big block modifieds. Those of you tuned in on Pit Road TV, we have got an all-star crew as well. We've got Ryan Dugan and Ian Plash. We got Brandon Metler and Trey Patton on the cameras all around the Speedway. Got Andrew Cardinelli and Tony Stevens mashing the buttons and twisting the knobs back on behind us here in the control room. And yours truly, Steve Post from Motor Racing Network. A real thrill to be here at Cherokee Speedway for this special night of racing, special night for the Shrine, the Shriners race, the Shriners clubs, and a special night in that it's the first time the 410 sprint cars have been here. We do Wing Nation over on MRN Motor Racing Network. You go to wingnation.com, and we do all the coverage of all the sprint car racing all across the country. So neat to have them right here within stone's throw of home up in North Carolina. See somebody, oh my gosh, somebody suggests, I'm not telling y'all what to do here in the stands. Jason Walls, that is. Jason Walls, someone following along on our Facebook Live, says go get a bologna burger. Go get one of the bologna sandwiches. Again, I don't tell anyone what to do. But one of those bologna sandwiches wouldn't be a bad idea. Again. Nor would anything else down there in the concession stand. They do a wonderful job here. Wonderful job here. All right, it is time trial time for the late models. Yes, indeed. First on the Speedway, I'm going to send them out two at a time, I believe it's a game plan. Got the racer out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. The Dryden Diesel All-Def number 93, Pancho Lawler, also on the racetrack. The number 52 from North Wilkesboro, it's Josh Richardson in the 52. We'll see how we fare, how we stack up here. Super late model time trials. White flag is out, a two-lap run. Lawler the fastest on his first lap. Here he comes, up off from turn number 4. Lawler down across the stripe. 15.473, 15.437 that is, 15.437 for Lawler. I think we've got one car on fire. They're saying the track officials are saying the 52 car is on fire. The racer out of North Wilkesboro. The number 52 car, Josh Richardson. From North Wilkesboro, the Hess Dirt cars. So while we got a little pause here, we've got those of you joining us here at the racetrack, and we love that you've joined us here. We've got those of you joining on Pit Road TV, and we got those of you with the live look-in on our Facebook Live. All right? If you like what you're seeing, and you're on that Facebook Live, we're going to give you all of time trials for free here on the Facebook Live, and then we'll kill the stream. So you need to go to www.pitroadtv to get the rest of the night's racing program. Here he is, a popular driver, almost folk hero here in the area, the racer out of Gaffney, South Carolina, Dennis Rambo Franklin in that number 2 car. Dennis Rambo Franklin getting up to speed. Also on the racetrack, the number B1. The number B1 is Brett Larson, the racer out of Minnesota. Brett Larson out of Minnesota in the B1 car. Larson goes to the top of the speed charts. Larson goes to the top of the speed charts. Larson brings it down off turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. Larson is the fastest. Larson looks like he went, let's see, 15.544. No, 15.169. 15.169 was his quick time. Next duo of cars headed onto the speedway. The number 44, pair of 44s. There he is, the Dryden number 44. Great Court, South Carolina. Chris Smokey Madden. Chris Smokey Madden in that white number 44. And also on the speedway, we have the yellow and black number 44R. Timmy Rominger. Timmy Rominger. There's his number 44 car. Smokey Madden goes right top to the speed charts. A 6-time winner in the Blue Gray 100 here at the Cherokee Speedway. Not a shocker that Smokey Madden is quick. Checkered flag is out. Madden down across the stripe. At Henderson's, Dryden, Franklin, number 44, fastest. And Timmy Rominger going to be also 6th fastest of the cars so far. Next up onto the speedway, next duo of drivers. Racer out of Fayetteville in the number 18, picked up the win in the Cash Money 100 a few weeks ago right here at Cherokee. That's Dalton Wilson. Dalton Wilson in that number 18 car. Also out on the speedway, the number 20H. Bryson Harper. Bryson Harper in the number 20H car. The natural for Bryson Harper. The natural. All right, Harper comes down to the stripe. So the time, all right, now we got to get caught up on something here. I'm new around here. I got to admit, I'm new around here. We just had something happen that's never happened before. Well, we just had it happen twice. We've just had 2 times the track record has been broke. Chris Madden broke the track record just a few moments ago. Chris Madden broke the track record, and Dalton Wilson says, hold my beer, and he broke the Madden track record. We'll give you all the times here in a second. Struggling with the scoring monitor here. Want to make sure we stay current with the drivers on the track as well. Ross Bales, boy, here's a guy that held the record prior to tonight. Ross Bales in that number 79 car. He's got her wound up in turn number 2. Racer out of Clover, South Carolina. And how about that? Also on the speedway, the number 76, big sexy Brandon Overton. Brandon Overton, 29 wins this season. We'll see what he's got. He's coming off turn 4 for the final time. Let's see what happens down across the stripe. Wilson going to hang on to that track record. Bales is going to be 4th fastest. And let's see. Might have been a problem with Overton's transponder because I don't see him recording a time. So, no, 2nd fastest for Overton. 2nd fastest for Overton. All right, here we go. Another group of late models. The number 57 of Adam Yarborough. Adam Yarborough in the 57 car. And we've got the number 2 from Thompson, Pennsylvania. Big brother Dan Stone. Dan Stone, son of Warren the Rolling Stone. Dan Stone in that number 2 car. Working his way through turn number 3 and 4. Dalton Wilson, a brand new track record here. How about that? Dan Stone going to try to knock him off with that track record. Adam Yarborough as well. Yarborough in that 57 car. From Denver, North Carolina. Yarborough going to go 7th fastest. Stone going to go 6th fastest. So again, a brand new track record here at Cherokee Speedway. Dalton Wilson, 14.411. 14.411, a brand new track record, and we still have a few drivers going to try to take a shot at that. The number 17 V is Tim Vance. Tim Vance, the number 17 V. Up onto the racetrack also, Anthony Sanders. Oh, Vance got into the wall. He stuffed it into the fence. We've got problems in turn number 4. He just bailed it in there, and it went up and just clobbered the wall with the right side. Tough break for Tim Vance. In that number 17 car, he was wheeling and dealing. The racer out of Clover, South Carolina, bailed it off into turn number 3, got over the cushion, and she kept going and smacked the wall. You can see right in the middle of the turn, the tire marks just to the right of where it says Cherokee Speedway in the middle section. That's where he bounced it off the wall, and he got it a pretty good clip. He got it a pretty good clip as well. There's one more car after this group that will be out here. Those of you watching on our Facebook Live, we will then turn it off, so you'll need to go to Pit Road TV, pitroad.tv, and subscribe for tonight's program for the heat races and feature events. Those of you in the stands, as soon as we get done with time trials and qualifying, we will get right into opening ceremonies, heat races, and right into our feature events here tonight. 3 feature events here tonight. Big Block Modified is going to go 25 laps. Sprint car is going to go 30 laps, and Super Late Model is going to go 40 laps. So going to be a great night. Watching that car just went down into turn number 3 and jumped the cushion and kept right on going. Good news is he's moving around talking to all the safety officials down there, and but they're going to have to put the hook on that machine. Going to have to put the hook on her. Take her back and see if the boys back at the shop can fine-tune that thing just a little bit. How about that tonight? Cherokee Speedway, what do you think? A new track record tonight. How about that on a Tuesday night? Dalton Wilson, the racer out of Fayetteville. A couple weeks ago, came over here. They had the cash money 100. Walked out of here with $10,000. Now he sets a new quick time. There you see it. Those of you watching on Pit Road TV, 14.411. Ross Bales was the track record holder when we came into tonight. Ross Bales was the track record holder. Smokey Madden took him out. And the next car on the racetrack, Dalton Wilson, in a hold my beer moment. Watch this. 14.411 seconds faster than anyone's gone around the Cherokee Speedway in a super late model car, folks. They are wheeling and dealing here tonight in the prelude to the finals. So the hook being applied and that car being towed off the racetrack, a lot of damage to the right side. A lot of damage. So hopefully Vance can get that car put back together. Tim Vance. From Clover, South Carolina. HST, one of the partners, sponsors on that car. And you can, man, they have wadded the right side of that thing up. We'll get back at it. We've got 2 more cars to go. You got Anthony Sanders, the number 421, from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Another one of the great racers here. From Clover, Johnny Parsley will be out on the racetrack as well. Multiple wins in the Ultra Super Series. So we're going to rack them up and go again with these final 2. Anthony Sanders and Jeff Parsley. Jeff Parsley in the 29 car. Jeff Parsley in the 29 car. White flag is out. One more time around the Speedway. Whole handful of steering wheel for Pursley. Off for turn number 4. He's going to be 12th fastest for Pursley. And I think that's going to do it. And with a new track record, Dalton Wilson, the youngster out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, 14.411, a new track record here at Cherokee Speedway. And that is going to do it for our time trials. Those of you here at the racetrack, opening ceremonies coming up in just a few moments. Those of you on Pit Row TV, we will be right back with those opening ceremonies. Those of you watching our live look-in on our social media channels, well, your freebie is over, so what you need to go, you want to see the rest of this program, and it's going to be a dandy. You go to www.pitrow.tv. That's www.pitrow.tv. Get the subscription for tonight, and you will see the rest of what is happening here at the Prelude to the Finals. You also might want to consider subscribing to Pit Row TV. Tomorrow night, they have the World Finals preview show. My friend Lenny Baticki has the preview show from over at the dirt track, exclusively on Pit Row TV. Coming up on Saturday, November 6th from Caraway Speedway, it's the North-South Shootout on Pit Row TV. And coming up on Saturday, November 20th, the South Carolina 400 for NASCAR style late model stock cars from Florence Motor Speedway. So pitrow.tv, pitrow.tv, some great racing coming up. So those of you on the Facebook Live, we're going to say goodbye. Those of you on Pit Row TV, we're not going anywhere. Also watching on Speed Sport TV. And, of course, those of you in the stands, we're going to be right out with our opening ceremonies here in just a few moments. Of course, Cherokee Speedway, we're not done here tonight. No siree. We got 2 more big shows coming up here at the Speedway. Coming up on Sunday, November 21st, the Blue Gray 100. $10,000 for super late models. And then the World Crown 4-Cylinder Nationals Friday through Sunday, the 26th through the 28th of November. $10,000 to win for the Stock 4s. So Cherokee Speedway is alive and well here in the month of November.